Quick friction off.
Make sure everything is ready before you take off. So you're you can actually maybe use the checkpoint, this route, then maybe after the north only.
Right. Okay, side friction off. Electric friction off. Governor is on. Increasing RPM. Clutch light. 3, 4, 5. Clutch light out. Roll to RPM check. They're 99, 98. And the gauges 1 to 0 green, enter center, targets out of yellow, engine and RPM to green, no warning lights, and more than half fuel.
Go.
Okay. Now take off. Long Beach Tower, helicopter 75320 at Maverick, request north down departure with information X-ray.
171, turn left here, Delta, and you're going ASCAP, if so, text me to ASCAP on this frequency.
Good,
Delta over to parking ASCAP, 171 safety.
Number 320 Long Beach Tower, departure from Maverick will be at your own risk. Use caution for Cherokee up in the ramp area, and cross Ventura 500. Verify North Downey departure.
Departure from Maverick at my own risk, cross Smithville at 500, and North Downey approved, helicopter 320.
Yeah, so he said verify North Downey, it was like a question for him. So he asked you verify you want to North Downey?
Oh.
But now you said North Downey approved, so that's okay. A little louder, huh? Okay, don't use too much power, 60 knots.
Clear, clear.
A little more power cyclic, yeah. Nice, 60 knots, 500. So make sure on your radio call you're just doing it really good, but you don't have to do it too fast, because otherwise it's going to be hard to catch up for the tower. So if you do it a little slower, it's actually a little easier for the tower. So just a little note right there. Okay, yeah, visibility is not perfect, but clouds are so clear skies, so should be no problem at all. Then you cross all the runways midfield, so maybe a little right. Yeah. Pretty often when we do the North Downey, we also have to hold south the tower, but now it's not very busy. Just make sure you don't get too fast, and then you can make sure you find the Downey. Also you can use the trim, because the DP likes to use the trim a lot, so maybe we can use the trim now.
Okay.
Just before we do the first maneuver, we do a gauge check, then also push back down the trim, okay?
Okay.
Then you can already play a little faster, but we are a little too high. We cannot go to 600. Okay, do you know how to find the Downy?
Yes.
Okay. Which one is the Downy?
This one?
Yes, very good. The one with the trees, right?
Right.
Good afternoon, November 841 Mike Charlie, Juliet Aviv Atlantic Station X-ray requesting a west border departure straight out.
Okay, so this building here is a good checkpoint.
Right.
So here you can go a little higher now to 700.
Atlantic, clear for takeoff, flight for departure is approved.
Juliet Aviv Atlantic, take off west border departure.
What is a good idea to do when we depart?
Indicate gauge check. Gauge 123 names the center, comes out of yellow, and camera 0 knots.
Okay. So maybe for your route and your navlog, your first checkpoint is either going to be the Downey 691 intersection, but that's still in Long Beach airspace, or maybe the Downey 105605, one of those probably.
Okay.
3 to Sierra, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved, helicopter 3 to Sierra.
Okay, let's change the frequency as well. Then you can please climb to 1000 and fly to the 105605. So the next big highway you're gonna see is gonna be the 105, right? Right. Watch your power. 23.5 is the next. Yeah, that one. Okay. So what does it mean if the alternator light comes on?
Alternator is not working.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing that it could mean. And one more thing.
Simulator Redina point 1200 northbound.
The next thing could be that the power voltage is not high enough, so we have low voltage.
Oh.
So either failure or low voltage. So what can you do about that?
We can...
No, what should you do? What is the procedure? So you're still climbing and the goal was 1000.
Oh.
Okay, but yeah, you can keep that. Or let's keep climbing to 1500 and fly to the 105605. So what are we supposed to do? The alternator?
Land soon as practical.
No. Okay, so if the alternator light is on, you should reset, also first turn off all non-essential equipment, so maybe the GPS, maybe some lights if you don't need them. And then reset it, so switch off, wait 1 second, switch back on to reset the unit, right, the alternator control unit. And if then the light is still on, then you would land as soon as practical. What about the oil light?
The loss of oil pressure.
Yeah, okay.
Or possible engine failure.
Yes, very good. So what should we do?
Should check the engine tachometer for engine failure.
Yes.
If we have engine failure, we need to zero auto rotation.
And if not?
If not, land immediately.
Yes, very good. Because that's also the only warning light, right? It's red. The other ones are orange, so caution lights. So here we really have to go down and land, and we have to be ready to enter an auto rotation. Yes. What about the governor light?
It means governor is off.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean everything is broken or anything, it just means the switch is off, yes. Okay, then we fly northeast, and maybe you can also do position report here. Altitude is good at the moment.
LA Basin traffic, helicopter 32 Sierra over 105.605 at 1,500, heading northeast, LA Basin.
Okay. Okay, then let's do vortex ring state, please.
Okay.
So what should you do first before you do the maneuver?
Gauge check.
Yes, a gauge check.
Negate 123 green next to center, copies are yellow, and 0 frames green, no warning lights.
Okay, and wait a second, keep the 60 please. Let's also do a left and a right turn to check. Normally we do 360, right, for a clearing turn. So we want to check for traffic, and we also want to kind of find out where the wind is coming from.
Okay.
So how could you find out where the wind is coming from?
We can use a fourth light for ground speed.
Yeah, so what would you say at the moment? Where is the wind?
Maybe left or right.
Okay. Wait, how do you know?
There's no difference between the...
Yeah, so that means just that there is no north-south wind, okay? Now we have 66, 65. Yeah, now the ground speed is a little bit faster, right?
Right.
So that means the wind is from...
southwest.
Yeah, maybe westish, yes. But it's just a little bit, so we can almost say calm winds, right?
Right.
So not a lot of wind. Okay, then it doesn't matter which heading, so you can just keep this heading and then you can do the vortex ring state.
Okay. Do we need to apply carbon?
Yeah, it's a good idea, yeah, to apply full carpet because we're going to lower the collective. But it's, yeah, it's only a short time, but it's not the most important thing. And make sure you also call out everything that you have to call out later.
Okay.
So it's a very good power setting at the moment, just below 20. Don't raise more because you still want to descend.
Vortex ring state. Airspeed alive.
60 knots altitude, and the power setting is good. Okay, pretty good, really nice maneuver. Also the nose was really straight, very good job. We could maybe reduce the airspeed a little bit more because the vibrations were not very hard, right? I think we were still moving a little bit to the front. But let's now try to do an OG hover, then we can really see our airspeed much better. We can really make sure. And then from there, yeah, let's just do OG hover. So it's almost 2,000 feet, 18 degrees, we can use a little less power, maybe 23.3. Okay, make sure you don't start to descend. Okay, I feel like we're descending a little light in the seat. So use a little more power. This is 23. Yeah. For the airspeed indicators. But we have a headwind now. Okay, that's pretty good, but we need a little too much power. We have to lower the collective a little. If we start to descend, then it's just vortex ring state and we have to recover.
Okay.
But I feel like we're not moving a lot, but now we are starting to descend. So you can... Yes. Lower collective more. We are still a very high power. and more forward cycling.
That's still alive.
Yes. Yeah, so when you recover, you cannot have power more than 20 inches, right? It has to be much lower. Yeah, I also feel like now we have a little headwind because we're kind of still showed a lot of airspeed.
Right.
But according to the ground speed, we have a little tailwind. We have a little strange conditions. Yeah, so we're almost at max cross weight, right? We have a lot of fuel.
Right.
So that's why we cannot really do an OG hover. Okay, you can keep flying in this heading.
Okay.
And so how high can we climb here? What is the next airspace above us?
Okay, copy. Yeah, I'm at third company.
We're over by Hollywood and Ivan.
You have to press a little longer.
Helicopter 4-wheel driven, park copy here in the south.
We'll keep a little airspeed.
From the 4,000?
Yes, 4,000 in this area, okay. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, so this was this area, but here is another area, right? So these are two different ones.
2,500.
Yes, so you can also just look at these indications here, that you can read it. Okay, so then let's go 2,000, we are already there, that's good. Okay, let's fly 17 knots, straight and level, and you can do another gauge check and count it up. So we're going to do some auto rotation entries, okay?
Okay, and the gauges 1 to 0 green, up to center, 5 to yellow, engine up to between the warning legs.
Okay, but actually, yeah, let's first fly a little more in this direction, and then we do it a little more into southwest heading, because there's a little bit of wind. Although now we have no wind. No, okay, let's do it in this direction, that's okay. So you can level off, fly straight, count it all the way up.
Up and stop.
Okay, then make sure you have a nice setup, and whenever you're ready, the setup looks good, you can start to count down to another rotation.
Rotation.
700 kilos in orbit just west of Cleveland Mountain.
Pitch pull.
Arms, airspeed outside. Nice, good job for flying a little forward cycling. RPMs are a little high. Arms, airspeed outside. Airspeed outside. Okay, nice. We're getting a little too fast. So before you fly aft cycling, raise collective a little. Okay, then you can recover.
Okay.
Nice, very good. So the first forward cycling you did was really nice to keep the airspeed. After that, you can turn to the right, please. We got a little bit fast, but only a little bit. So you corrected for that also pretty nicely. But very good entry, it was really stable. Okay, so our airport spot is going to be somewhere over there. But we're going to do 1 or 2 more auto rotations first, because seems like also there is another helicopter over there.
Right.
You can go back to 2,000. And fly maybe just this heading.
Okay.
Looks good. It's 56. Ground speed. Now we have a little headwind here.
Right.
No strange. Okay, yeah, make sure straight and level flight. Then you can do a gauge check as well.
The gauge is 1 to 0 green, up to center, carpets are yellow, engine up to between the warning lights, carpets all the way up.
Okay, then whenever you're ready, you can do another one.
Auto rotation, 3, 2, 1. Pitch pull.
Well, pitch pull is always a little early, right? So now the RPMs come up. Airspeed outside. Airspeed outside. Nice, good job keeping the nose attitude. Airspeed outside. RPMs a little higher. Nice, good job. Okay, then let's recover.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you do the pitch pull a little later, but then a little bigger. Because you do it a little early, then we have low RPM, and then the RPMs goes over the green. So a little later but bigger. So you literally wait 1 second after entry, all the way down, 1000 pitch point.
Okay.
Okay, you can change your heading and climb to 2000 again, 60 knots, high power looks good. In the glide it's really nice, just the entry to the pitch point is the only thing we have to do a little work on.
Okay.
But it's really good how you keep the 70 knots attitude, I like that a lot, that's good. And really do your scan, and if you see RPMs are a little high, do something about it. If you see your airspeed is high or low, do something about it, right?
Alright. So do we go 2000 or?
Yeah, 2000 is good.
Okay.
And you can keep that heading. Do another hour rotation. Did you do a gauge check? Always make sure you prepare everything.
Engine gauges 1 to 0 green, exit center, carbon runway low, engine on fixed green, no warning lights. Engines on the way up.
Sure, 90 kilo orbiting 17 Bravo, just west of clear path 20,000.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Rotation 3, 2, 1, enter. Pitch pull.
A little more. Okay, I'll your airspeed. So, but before you play half cyclic, now you have to raise the collective first, because otherwise, not too much, lower collective. So once you raise the collective, you just raise a little bit and then you stop, okay? You cannot keep raising.
Okay.
Nice, now it's very stable. Now if you just keep that outside picture, look outside, then nothing is gonna change. Just gonna go down, green area, 70 knots, temps, airspeed, outside. So most of the time you wanna look outside. Okay, and you can recover. Oh, sorry, it was a little late with throttle. Nice. Yeah, so when you see the RPMs are already high and your airspeed is high, if you then apply half cyclic, then your airspeed is gonna, the RPMs are gonna get probably out of limits. Okay, so then it's really important to raise collective and half cyclic. If you see RPMs are low and the airspeed is high, then you can fix both problems with half cyclic, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this time we had a little bit of a nose drop at the entry, but still pretty stable. Okay, you can maybe go to 1500.
Okay.
And then you let
Helicopter 9 Kilo has gone through the Whittier Hills towards Rose Hills at 1,500.
let's do a diversion.
Southwest of us.
So I want you can actually, yeah, let's go 1500. I want you to do a diversion to not comp. Let's do Corona. So what do you do first? Let's get first, make sure you have a straight and level flight, 60 knots, at least 60 knots. So now we are climbing like crazy, 60 knots, straight and level flight. Okay, looks good. Then how do you start the diversion?
Locate ourselves at the airport. We're near the Pomona freeway and Kona is over there.
Okay, so where are we? Near the Pomona freeway or what?
We are at
Yeah, so you can just tell the DP, yeah, this is where we are maybe, that is El Monte, we are maybe 6 miles south of El Monte, or we are 10 miles or 11 miles northeast of Long Beach, so that you just have to show him you know where you are, you're not lost, right? Okay, so we have our location, what's the next step? No, that's not the next step, before we do, what is step number 2?
heading.
Yeah, that's approximately heading. That's step number 2 or 3, yeah? So you can also do that now. So where do you think, which direction is Corona? Is it to our right, left, forward, back?
Forward.
Yes, so pretty much we're already, we know it's east, so roughly we have the right heading, that's good. So at least we're not flying completely in the wrong direction.
Right.
Okay, and one more thing we should do. We can stop climbing.
Distance?
No. We need to start a timer or look on the clock. Remember 32 minutes, or maybe just click here, start a timer, so that we know how long we fly. Okay, so now we are not lost. The rough heading is okay. Yeah, let's turn to the left. There is a guy. So usually we would keep flying to Corona, right?
Right.
This guy is above us. Okay, then now it comes. So now we have a good setup, and now we want to do the calculations and everything. So you can start doing that.
Okay. It's 18 nautical miles.
Okay. So
we go.
but this is only until here, right? No. Because Corona is over here. So you can maybe just fly this heading. Okay. Okay, don't drop the nose. Okay, then how much? How far away?
It's 20 nautical miles.
Oh yeah, this is the middle, yeah, okay.
80.
For 20 minutes, okay.
So 15 minutes if we go 80 knots, and the fuel's gonna be 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 gallons, okay. And okay, so we know the distance and the time, the fuel. So what is the heading to fly there?
It's 271.
271, so this direction.
No, it's 090.
Yeah, so always make sure you use the right direction because it shows you both. Okay, and so now we know that we could now just fly this heading 090, and we have the timer started, and then we want to make sure if we can do that. So how much fuel do we have left?
We have around 13, 14.
Okay, and we need, you said 2 or 3 gallons?
Yes.
So now you can do a go or no-go decision.
We can go.
Yeah, so it's possible. Nice. So yeah, make sure you kind of split it in 2 parts. First, approximate heading and your timer and where you are. So location first, the timer and which direction. Somewhere there. If you want to go to Compton, okay, somewhere in this direction. If you want to go to El Monte, okay, somewhere in this direction. And then you can use your fingers and find out the distance, time. But your calculation was really good, really fast. You can even take more time. But if you can do it that fast, it's perfect.
Okay.
And then you do all that stuff. Job. Okay, you can turn to the left, please.
Okay.
And you see this open area on this mountain?
Yes.
This is our spot. So we are now pretty high, so you can go down a little bit. So maybe you just fly over there, descend, and then I would recommend you to first just overfly it to kind of find out what the altitude is.
Okay.
Maybe you can also do a radio call. You can say 320 Sierra is maneuvering at 17 Bravo. So 17 Bravo is the name of this location.
Sierra maneuvering over 70 Bravo.
Yes.
LA Basin traffic, helicopter 320 maneuvering over 17 Bravo, LA Basin.
That's good job. Okay, left clear. Make sure you keep descending, and at least 60 knots is an airspeed. Okay, there was a bird.
Right.
Okay, you can turn around to the right. Yeah, so always on bird, flare up a little, because then he's gonna get pushed away. nice 60 knots, we're in a good descent. Play a little carpet. The spot is over there, yeah. Now it's a little hard to see because of the terrain. It's just about 90 degrees from us. Okay, then I would recommend you just overfly it.
Okay.
And then you can already try to kind of find out. Usually if it's a flight area, it's not so important to overfly it, but on a mountain, it's much easier. Okay, what do you think?
I think that's around 500.
Around 500, okay. Then that would mean you're already 500 feet HL, okay. Then let's do the circles at 500, 1,500.
Okay.
So okay, then I would say you start your right circles and you can already think about the wind. Yeah. So how could you find out the wind? Be careful here on power lines, so make sure you don't get too close.
What is from south?
Okay, how do you know?
The ground speed gets faster when we turn to the south.
Okay, but that would mean you have, if the ground speed gets faster, it would mean the wind is from the north. Let's keep turning. Let's try to do now nice circles around the spot. So if you fly to the south and you say your ground speed is higher, that would mean you get pushed. So for the wind, that's very important. I would do at least a half a circle before you really make a final decision. So now we have 70 knots here, let's try to fly 60. Here we have 62, so our ground speed is slower, right?
Right.
And then let's also check what happens if we fly to the west. So now we have 60, we're flying west, we have also 60, and now we have 65 here. So the ground speed is also a little slower.
Right. So when it's southwest.
Okay, yes. And also, you could also first, before you do that with the ground speed, you could say, okay, the wind, maybe the tree is moving, or you see a flag somewhere, or very good is if you see somewhere smoke from the ground, then you can see exactly where the wind is from, right? And if you see, okay, the bushes are not moving a lot, yeah, so maybe there is a little southwest wind, but it's not very strong.
Right.
Okay, what about obstacles?
We got some trees at the east side.
Okay.
South.
Okay, some bushes, trees. Yeah, something else. It's a nice circle at the moment. You have a really nice view on the spot.
I don't see anything else than that.
Yeah, okay. So this is good for the spot, some bushes, maybe that big tree on the west side, but that's a little lower. And also for your circles, the power line is very dangerous for you guys. So you can also call out, hey, on the circles you have to be careful because of the power line, so it's a big risk. To make sure you don't get too close. Okay, now we have obstacles and wind, so then you can find out your path in, path out. What do you think is a good idea?
So, say we'll go...
16 northbound forward to pass at 1,400. I got the helicopter traffic northbound just west of that.
Okay.
DWP3, 2.1. Copy, where to descend it.
Path in from the east side, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And path out?
Path out would be to the west.
Okay.
There's no...
Okay, that could work.
Right.
Just make sure, you see on the left side here, on the east side, the terrain seems to be a little higher. So we don't really want to approach from the east directly, because then we have a slope behind us, right?
Right.
So maybe a little northeast is maybe a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. What's the next thing on your acronym?
Now we approach.
approach type. So what kind of approach type? So that means a steep approach or normal approach.
Right.
What do you think? Do you need a steep approach or can you do a normal approach?
If we go in at the east side, we'll probably need to do a steep approach.
Okay. Also when you would approach from the north, for example, you would see there is some hills, so maybe then we also need a steep approach, right? In general, you can just say, I try to do it as normal as possible, as steep as necessary. So if we can do a normal approach, then we do it. Maybe we can do a normal and at the end we need a steep because of the bushes. But yeah, okay, you said a little bit of a steep approach. Okay, but then what's the next thing we should check?
Still got to show them for them to believe it though.
Very nice circles, by the way.
Have fun.
Doing the
Do the best.
traffic pattern.
No, but there is one more thing on the acronym. So approach type and then...
southeastbound.
Touchdown zone.
Touchdown zone, yes. So what should we consider about the touchdown zone?
Shape, size, slope, and
And surface.
surface.
Okay, so what about the shape?
It looks kind of circle and
Yep, circle sounds good. Size?
it is like big enough.
Yeah, pretty big actually, so more than big enough.
And maybe a slope at the...
Hey, you got 18 just south of you. We head on the workers.
Yeah, but the spot itself, it's not about that slope, it's more about the landing spot itself.
itself looks flat.
Yeah, maybe flat or maybe a little bit slope, but not very steep, yes.
Right. It's a dirt.
Yeah, looks kind of hard dirt or, yeah. So if it would be sand or snow, we could expect kind of a brownout that the sand gets blown up, but we don't expect it here. Okay, so would you say it's suitable or not? That's the last S is suitable. So yes or no, can we land there or not?
I think we can land.
Okay, nice. Then you can think about your pattern and when you know how to fly it, you can do it.
Okay. I'm gonna do a right pattern.
Okay. So
Crosswind.
what is that?
Right crosswind?
Crosswind?
Hey,
Okay.
57's about 30 seconds out. We're looking for you from the northwest.
Okay, just down to the U.S. Bank building, 17.
57's got an intake.
Now you're downwind.
Okay, what should you do? Let's extend the downwind a little, it's much easier.
Okay, just want to stroke it. It's center, comes 7 millimeter, comes away the warning lights, copy top.
Okay.
And we're going to turn base.
Make sure you don't drop the nose.
Final.
Okay, we are final, it's still at 1400. So seems like you're a little high. So this is what I meant here, the terrain is higher.
Right.
So that's not really a good idea to approach here. So let's next time try to go from over there, and then in the end we turn a little southwest bound, because the wind is from southwest anyways.
Okay.
So let's do a go around.
Alright.
And I would even extend the downwind a little more to give yourself a little more space. And then really on downwind start to descend and keep descending that you're already pretty low on final.
Okay.
Why did you choose the right pattern? To see it better or?
To see better.
Okay. Because the terrain is not helping you on the right pedal, right? On the left turn you would have much more space. But maybe you cannot see it that good, so both has advantages and disadvantages. Okay, back to 1500. this time extend the downwind maybe a little more.
Okay.
And make sure you get lower a little earlier. And we're gonna do a little more on the right side. We can fly next to the mountain and then return southwestbound.
Here's the 123 green, there's a center, comes a yellow, and general green, no warning lights.
Okay, make sure, you also don't want to go too far because you still you don't want to lose it. So what you can do is just make sure you go down early enough.
GWB, please, north end of Volcano Reservoir maneuver in 2000.
Hey, GWB, Peak 11 coming up here from out of Van Nuys. I got that side, I'll keep it northeast now.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, now it's kind of hard to see because of the terrain, but we know it's behind this mountain, don't get too fast. And then it's also kind of hard to evaluate the altitude, so trust your instrument. You're still 350 feet above it if your evaluation is good. So make sure you start to descend. We are not descending at all.
7 orbiting just south of US Bank 1800.
Okay, on final. Yes, okay. Steep approach maybe. Let's switch to a steep approach. And we can, yes. Okay, watch your trip things as well. We are almost not descending. Okay, now we are on. Okay, we're still a little fast for a steep approach. Okay, we are way too high, right? Okay, let's go around. But that was already much better. Heading now, the only thing that was missing was that we stopped descending for a long time. So it's going to be very important that we are always descending. And once you stop descending, you're going to end up too high. And I know this spot is not easy because it's on a mountain. It's always gonna look like you're too low enough already, but that's kind of an illusion. So that's why you have to trust your instrument.
Right.
Okay, let's do another pattern. Okay, you do left pattern now?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try to do...
Yes, you still see it.
Yes. Okay.
And now you're also going to have a very long base, which makes it, you have much more time to descend then.
Right. I think I just want to steer green up to center, carbon shuttle yellow, and general trips green going
Get a little faster. Okay, cloud is up. Altitude.
Okay. Wait, clear.
Okay, on end of the downwind, what are we doing? Keep 60. So we are climbing with 500 feet per minute, but we are at the downwind. In the end, we should be descending already.
Right.
So make sure you descend now. Don't get too slow. That's why we don't descend, because we lose air. Okay, let's start. Okay, now make sure you never stop descending. Don't raise the collective. You always want to go down. We are still at 1500. We should already be at 14. But now you have a very long final, so you still have more than enough time to descend. Because you gave yourself much more space now. That's good. Okay, if you look at the spot now, we cannot really see it. It feels like we are very low. But we are still at 1400, so don't trust your eyes at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, now we are on a long final, that's good. Nice, good job. Okay,
range on 02 when you have a push.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you want 72 LA in by 1600 today?
That was the goal, if we were able to get the time off of it.
Okay, so as of now, we're in it right now, and we're supposed to
That is the spot, so
which
we can just look at the spots. Nice, that's it there.
Okay, yeah, that will work if that's what we got.
Little left pedal for the trim swings. Okay, make sure you go down. Lower collective, lower collective.
7 City Hall, northbound for Dodgers, 1500.
Okay, now that's a nice deep approach. So watch a little bit your descent rate, don't get too fast. Your VSI is always a little delayed, so don't raise too much.
Shot over, I'm going to get this one out, looks like it's going to be good, so I'll be ready for you.
Yay.
Nice. Slowly walk it down, yes. Up a little left pedal. But then let's maybe land in the middle or at the end of the spot. Because we don't know if there is a bush here, right? Nice, there was a beautiful steep approach. Okay, good job. Yeah, so we always, if this is the spot, we don't really want to land in the beginning because then the tail could be in the wood, in a bush or something, right? So you will land in the middle or in the end. Okay, so you said you want to depart westbound, you said, right?
Right.
Okay, so you think you have enough space here to do a pedal turn? Is there enough space here?
Yes.
Yes, so that is more than enough, but very important, this is why we practice it always, on all airports, we always want to check our left, right side, because there could be bushes and everything. Okay, left side is clear.
East side is clear.
You can get a little lower. Okay, let's turn to the west. Okay, there is a big ass hole in the west, so that's maybe a good decision. So you can just, there is enough space on the right, so you can hover a little to the right.
7 Dodger Stadium, left hand orbit, 1500.
Alright. There's enough space here. Okay, and now we see there is a little slope, right, from our right to the left. So let's set down here and do a slope landing. Then we get a little further away from this bush, maybe a little bit in this direction. Because you already want to set down so you can do the max performance takeoff in the correct direction, right? So that's why we did the pedal turn. Okay, well, let's try to do a slope landing here. Take your time. Maybe choose a reference point somewhere in this area. It's a good distance to look at. It's a very good job on the heading. So there's a little slope like this, so we can apply a little half and right side click. Yeah, okay, let's stop here with the power. Wait, let's do a stability check. So now the slope is more like this, so we do parallel to the slope, so in this direction. So like that. Still a little shaky, let's do the pedals. Okay, let's maybe lower collective an inch more and do another stability check. Oh yeah, okay. I think it's stable, huh? Maybe that's also the, yeah. So the nice kit is all the way on the ground everywhere, it looks pretty good. Okay, I think that's stable, so you can lower collective all the way down. And then go in a neutral position. Then the maneuver is over, right? So before we pick up, we're gonna go back a little to the right. Okay, then let's do maximum performance takeoff.
Okay.
Actually, your evaluation was really good, huh? You said 1000, it's almost 1000, really good job. So that is also, you can turn on the friction first. There is a little sign over there, 17 Bravo, and it says elevation 960, so almost 1000. So pretty good evaluation.
Okay, so we'll go to 902.
Yeah, remember the value you have now?
Right, 3008.
Okay.
2. So
7 MHz apart, 1200.
Pressure altitude is 800, nice.
and outside temperature is 26, so 20.8 8, 7, and 23.6.
Okay, but that would be at sea level, right? So we are in
Right.
between sea level and 1000.
Then,
Maybe we put a little bit away again. Maybe 0.2 less.
4, 5, 23.4.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So 22.5, 23.4, yeah. That sounds good.
Okay.
So 23.4, okay. Just a little bit after that line. Okay, nice. So we have our power. Make sure you don't forget the altimeter.
Okay. Do we need to do a magneto check?
No, we don't do that. Did I ever show you the magneto check? For max performance takeoff. Did we do that in Long Beach?
No.
No, yeah, so we don't do that. Okay, so we know how much power we use. So now we're gonna do a slow pickup, right? So you're gonna apply cyclic, and then when get light on skids, you go back to neutral, and then we don't hover. You immediately do a max performance takeoff.
Okay.
And when you think it's good, it's high enough, you say clear of obstacles. And here make sure you don't get too fast, and you really use your power. You use 23 inches.
Okay.
Because if you only use 22, that's a pretty big difference.
Right. Roll up the
Okay.
throttle. Okay.
A little left and right, yeah. Also maybe a gauge check real quick, huh?
Right. Engine gauge is 1 to 0 grain. After center, carbon out below. Engine up is green. No warning lights. Carpet's down.
Okay.
Okay. Light on skid.
A little left cycle. Watch your power. Nice. Little left pedal. Nice, good job on power. A little fast actually. Unless you say you're clear of obstacles.
Clear obstacles.
Nice. Nice, good job. Good max performance takeoff. Just make sure you first focus on the pickup. Because it kind of, we were moving and you just ripped it off the ground then. So first stabilize, and only when it's stable then get up, and then, so you did it a little rushed. Okay, you can stop climbing. Fly 70 or 80, let's fly 80. And you can also use the trim if you want. Okay, then you can please bring us back to Long Beach.
Please stand off of Uber to south, turn out to the left through 500. 16 and 18, 10's up, 3 that we delayed.
So more a little bit, so we're gonna do a north downy, so you can just fly north of Long Beach. In the meantime, let's say, you can lower the collective, you don't have to climb. Let's say, I ask you, hey, let's do a diversion. And then you say, okay, location, and then you don't know where you are. Maybe your right hand failed. Actually, by the way, next time you should also bring your chart, I forgot to mention, just in case the iPad fails you. And then you can show on the chart, hey, this is where we are. And let's say you don't know where you are. So I ask you, hey, where are you? You say, I don't know. What do we do then?
They can't climb a circle.
Yes, so you're lost. So what if I do, if I say, no, we're lost, so what do you start with?
Climb, circle.
Exactly, yeah. So then, if the DP tells you that, you would actually now do that. You start to climb, circle. How high can you climb here maximum?
We send westbound over Dodger, 1,200.
Yeah, we're right on the edge, right? So 2,500 here, 4,000. So always keep that in mind, that you don't get too high. Okay, so now we don't do that, but then check that you would actually do that.
Right.
And then?
Try to find the previous checkpoint or course.
Yeah, please 10's westbound.
Yeah, okay, well, what does the procedure say? So you said climb circle?
I got you, CWP3, 1.7.
Alright, have fun, we'll see ya.
What else? You'll fly a little faster.
Please 22's off Hooper, to the south, turning out west, climbing through 6.
2 more fix.
Compass?
Yes, that's the last thing.
Right.
So who would you speak to confess?
Just this frequency?
Yeah, what is even better? What frequency? There are 2 good frequencies to use.
1 to 1.5?
Yeah, that would be the emergency frequency. That's good. Yeah, if you're really getting low on fuel and you need to get down somewhere. Yeah, or you could contact the flight service station. So you know the frequency for the flight service station?
1.
Yeah, it's always a little different, but in general it's 1 to 2.2. Depending on the location, it can be a little different. Oh. So 1 to 2.2. And what would you tell them? So here you have our flight service 1 to 2.1 for Long Beach. Or in the area of Long Beach. Let's lower collective a little high. So they would gonna ask you, hey, how long can you fly? So what should you do before you contact them?
Check the fuel?
Yes, so we calculate. That's one of the C's. So how much fuel?
We have 8.4 at the main tank and 3, 2 at the auxiliary, so 10, 11.
Yes.
Hey, we're heading your way, we're the 5:31.
So we can fly for 1 hour and
How tall are you?
1,100.
About 1 hour, a little more, yeah. Okay, good job. Then let's bring us back to Long Beach.
okay.
Long Beach Urban Information, Yankee 2053 Zulu, wind 2006, visibility 5, haze, sky clear, 7221, 2.13, altimeter 3007, ILS runway 30 approach in use, runway 30 arrivals, and runway 26 left tower frequency, 119.4, runway 30 departures, and runway 26 right tower frequency, 120.5. All departing aircraft contact wave delivery, prior to taxiing on 118.15 with position and departure point. Ground traffic use 133.0, land and hold short operations to effect. Notice 2 airmen for activity in the vicinity of airport. Range 0.2 nautical miles northeast at or below 100 feet AGL. 0.4 nautical miles west at or below 100 feet AGL. Practice approach is suspended due to so-called TRACON staffing.
You're gonna
initial contact information at Yankee. Long Beach Urban Information, Yankee 2053 Zulu, wind 2006, visibility 5, haze, clear, 7221, 2.13, altimeter 3007, ILS runway 30 approach in use, runway 30 arrivals, and runway 26 left tower frequency, 119.4, runway 30 departures, and runway 26 right tower frequency, 120.5. All departing aircraft contact wave delivery prior to taxiing on.
Okay, the information is Yankee, and most frequencies in use, so we're going to use 120.5.
Okay. What would you say on the radio call?
Helicopter 837 Romeo, Lima Tower, standby.
6 miles north, because North Downey arrival and pad assignment, with information Yankee.
November 2235 Victor, extend that way.
Send downwind 35 Victor.
citation 953, Papa Charlie, let me turn runway 30, line of await traffic, landing runway 26, left and right.
Line up, way 30, Papa Charlie.
Turkey 853, turn crosswind, now if able, then extend downwind.
Crosswind loud, extend downwind, okay, past 3.
November 11 Quebec, base at the 605, runway 26 right, continue, traffic will be in position.
Base 605, 26 right, continue, 1 Quebec.
November 2 Alpha Foxtrot, turn left, kilo 3, contact ground.
Left 2 3 over the ground, 2 on Foxtrot.
November 2235 Victor, base at the 605, continue, traffic in position.
Base 605, 35 Victor. Cycle vehicle 1 Mike Charlie, pad 4 request, taxi back to Juliet, Aviva Atlantic.
November 953 Papa Charlie, wind 190 at 9er, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 30, 953 Papa Charlie.
Helicopter 1 Mike Charlie, let me turn standby.
Vehicles.
Yeah, you can just, yeah, sorry. So now it's more like 5 miles north, huh?
Right.
Keep your airspeed.
Helicopter 72 Romeo east of 30, pad 3, clear for takeoff.
Clear to takeoff, Hamel east 120,
Right circle and...
November 1 Bravo Victor, left at the river approved, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
River approved, 26 right, clear for takeoff on Bravo Victor.
November 3 Papa Charlie, contact the South Bridge, good day. November 1 Mike Charlie wanted the air taxi to Julia, is that your request?
Hi Bam, we're landing at Juliet, Aviva Atlantic, helicopter 1 Mike Charlie.
Helicopter 1 Mike Charlie, air taxi direct Julia to Beam Atlantic, approved.
Taxi direct Juliet, Aviva Atlantic, approved, helicopter 1 Mike Charlie, thanks.
November 11 Quebec, runway 26 right, clear to land. We have to do full stops at this point in time. So runway 26 right, clear to land. You can do a taxi back though.
Roger, thanks, 26 right, clear to land, 1 Quebec.
235 Victor, turn base, number 2, runway 26 right, clear to land. You need to do a full stop taxi back, sorry.
Turn base, runway 26 right, clear to land, 35 Victor.
Cherokee 80853, number 3, runway 26 right. You can have the option, you're the lucky one, runway 26 right, clear the option.
Number 3, cover the option on 826 right, okay, past 3.
Helicopter 72, Romeo, pad 3, clear the line.
Clear to land, helicopter 7 Romeo.
Long Beach Tower, helicopter 75320, 5 mile north. Request North Downey arrival and pad assignment with information Yankee.
Helicopter 7532 Sierra, Long Beach Tower, North Downey approved. Report a mile out, and I've missed the information. Zulu is current.
North Downey approved. Report that 1 mile out. Helicopter 32 Sierra.
Okay, then they just changed the 80s.
Right.
That's okay. Yeah, so you found the road. It's really good.
Information Zulu, let me tell altimeter 30.
No, she says it's Zulu.
Hey, sky clear.
So this green line on our departure helps us a lot to find it, right?
Right.
So that you can just follow that. Again, as a reminder, there is a bigger road. This is the cars at Lakewood Boulevard. And here are the tank. So we are in the middle. That's good now.
Helicopter 72
So the
Romeo,
radio was really busy now.
Take off, expect that.
But then we were at the 105.7 10. 105.605. And we flew over here. We had a lot of time. So you could do the radio call much earlier already. I know we are used to that because of the workload that is coming. But you can also, when you fly over here, do the radio call. Say 8 miles northeast maybe. Or when you are over 105.605, 6 miles. Or you can also say, I'm over the 105.710 request North Downey.
November 1 Quebec, Sun of Kilo 3, contact ground.
So you could that earlier. But good decision to start circle, not past the airspace.
November 1 Quebec, Sun of Kilo 3, contact ground.
Kilo 3 over the ground.
Okay, to enter the traffic pattern, we're gonna just cross runway 26 right first.
Right.
And then we don't cross the runway 30, so we can kind of turn balloon We turn 45 degrees, parallel to runway 30, and then we join the downwind, okay?
Okay.
So that's how it's gonna look like.
Helicopter 72 Romeo, short approach approved pad 3, cleared to land.
Short approach, pad 3, cleared to ground, 72 Romeo. Long Beach Tower, Cessna 25914, short 26 right close traffic.
Yeah, she told you report 1 mile out, right?
Hold short 26
Sometimes it's also report cars, but I think we spoke about that, right? That's that, that road that is 1 mile north. Okay, probably we're gonna get pad 4.
Bravo Victor, traffic.
So we can just do normal approach first.
Less than a mile, southbound 1,500. We're traffic 1 Bravo Victor. Number 35 Victor, turn left, kilo 3, contact ground.
Nice, good job starting to descent here.
35 Victor. Police Tower, Cessna 25914, can we get a short delay as well? 25914 on request.
I'm gonna do a gauge check.
Good idea.
So with the 3 center,
Flight 1 Bravo Victor.
the warning lights, trumpets up.
And one more thing.
3.
Yes. Go a little faster, 70 knots.
Long Beach Tower, helicopter 7 to Romeo and pair 3, decaf landing and Maverick.
Helicopter 72 Romeo, tower standby.
Standby, helicopter 7 to Romeo.
Number 25914, say again your request, short delays approved, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff. Short delays approved, 26 right, clear for takeoff, on the right close traffic, 9014. 9014, right close traffic approved. Switch library approved, 9014. Helicopter 32 Sierra landing at Maverick Beach on risk.
Request pad assignment.
Helicopter 320 request pad assignment.
Helicopter 32 Sierra, roger, downwind approved, there's traffic on final runway 26 left, pad 2 or 4, clear to land.
Pad 4 clear to land, helicopter 320 and looking for traffic.
That's good job. Yes, so now we just cross it with the middle.
Helicopter 74564, 1 mile out.
So we have the aiming point here.
Juliet, Athena Atlantic, please.
So just in the middle of that, and then we just don't want to get too close to runway 30.
Juliet, Athena Atlantic.
Make sure you don't get too high and keep the 70 knots. Nice, yeah, now we're 45 degree. And we are already clear to land, you already did the gauge check, so you can just focus on the landing and one normal approach.
Runway 26 right, clear for yes.
Then we just intercept our usual downwind, right? Nice, good job, already 60 knots now. Don't get too slow. 60 knots attitude, doesn't too much here. 60 knots.
Helicopter 72 Romeo, pad 3, clear for takeoff.
A little late, we would like to be a little more over there for base, right? Keep the 60 knots.
Tower, Swing 85 to Lima, number 126 right, like eastbound departure 91605. Swing 865 Sierra Lima, Long Beach, Tower.
60 knots, 300, you can keep that.
Runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, right turn out approved.
Nice, that looks very good.
Right turn out, 5 to Lima. Number 9014, unit number 2, flying traffic on a mile right base, runway 26 right, clear for the yes. 26 right, clear for the yes, number 2, 9014. I got 320, pad 3 is available if you like that.
Ah, yes, please, we take pad 3.
320, pad 3 cleared away.
Pad 3 clear to helicopter 320.
Nice, yeah, good diversion. So if you overshoot now a little bit, that's okay, but because it was a little late. Okay, good idea, switching to a steep approach. So, a little left pedal for the trim strings. Nice. Nice, that's beautiful. Good descent rate, just don't get slower than that. That's like the minimum speed. Just still have the vibrations of VTL, but we cannot get slower than that. Well, let's keep the forward. Nice, good job. Yeah, so that's how you enter the pattern, right?
Right.
Long Beach Tower, number
Then I would say we do a running landing.
Number 463 on Bravo, Long Beach Tower, stand by.
Yeah, I think we can do it from the pattern, huh?
Right.
Okay. So what we can do is, just to practice in the check ride, you don't have to do that, but it makes it a little easier here, or a little faster. You can request, so 7 Romeo at pad 3, 320 at pad 3, request left close traffic, remaining east of runway 30. Then he's gonna tell you remain east of runway 30, pad 3 cleared for takeoff, and then we take off in this direction to the pyramid,
Okay.
and then we just enter the downwind, keep climbing, so it's all a little faster then. And then we do a running landing, okay?
Okay.
But we still want to check runway 30 and do the gauge check and everything.
Gauge check, engine gauge 120 green, empty center, carbon chopper yellow, engine on flip screen, no warning lights. I don't... maybe... one at the final?
On 30?
I got
Yeah.
done through running line at Maverick Beach on risk.
Landing on Maverick is on.
You'll be there 379.
And touching aircraft.
I think this guy is entering
I'll set through running Roger, they're waiting for you.
the downwind or something, I don't know, but he's not on 30.
So,
It's just request left close traffic, remaining east of runway 30.
Long Beach Tower, Cessna 6.
Then he's gonna tell you remain east of runway 30, that's we clear to
Number
takeoff.
2.
Then we read that back.
Long Beach Tower, stand by.
Got it?
Number 4631 Bravo, traffic in the downwind runway 26 right, line up and wait.
26 right, line up and wait, ground Bravo.
left coast traffic, remaining east of 6430. Tower helicopter 320 at pad 3, request left coast traffic, remaining at east of runway 30.
I got 32 pad, actually hold on pad 3.
Holding on pad 3, helicopter 320.
Okay. Oh, there is a guy coming. Oh yeah, sorry.
31 Bravo, follow traffic upwind right close.
It looked like he's turning.
26 right, clear for takeoff.
Hover a little back, get a little lower. That's pretty high for a hover. Let's go
53
to the middle of the pad.
Tom, please, over 61553.
Number 611, Quebec, traffic line runway 30, will hold short of your intersection, follow the traffic upwind, right close traffic, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, cleared for takeoff, that's 6111, keep it.
Okay, then it's just gonna be a normal takeoff straight to the pyramid over there.
Okay.
Then I can guide you a little bit for the first time. This guy takes forever on the runway.
Number 914, extend downwind.
Extend down, 914.
What are we waiting for now? Somebody taking me off?
Number 5 Sierra Lima, there's traffic over the 60591 south along the 605, 2800 indicator Cessna.
Inside, 5 Sierra Lima.
5 Sierra Lima, make sure there's a separation from that traffic, free trade crew.
Station 2, 5 Sierra Lima, see ya.
53 base approved, runway 26 right, clear for the occupant.
Base approved, clear for the officer, okay, 53.
Go on. So now there is a guy in final, but he's still pretty far away.
Got 32 Sierra, remain east of runway 30, and then hold east of runway 30, pad 3, clear for takeoff.
Pad 3 clear to takeoff and remain at east of runway 30, helicopter to Sierra. So we take off?
Yes. We're also gonna hold east of 30. Right. So forward cyclic, lower collective, forward cyclic. Normal takeoff.
One Quebec, if you're able, restart your transponder. I'm not showing any more T for you.
Okay.
Setting 1 Quebec.
Then 60 knots altitude. And straight to the pyramids. A little more airspeed. Power is good, a little more airspeed. Okay. Then here you can slowly turn to the downwind.
914, you're number 2, calling traffic heading to your right, 2 mile final runway 26
and we
right.
just keep climbing now. And we also leave the carpet down for better performance. We can go a little right, but you can leave it where it is. Over the trees.
Number 31 Bravo, you're number 3, calling traffic ahead of you in the downwind runway 26 right, clear for the occupant.
Right, clear for the occupant, hold 3, we got traffic in sight, 0 Bravo. Lobby Tower, first time, 4786, pop over the spring water,
So usually we don't really have a lot of time then to do a gauge check, but now we have to hold so you can also do the gauge check.
Number 1 Quebec, this one's going to have to be a 4 stop. You're going to have to go get your transponder looked at. I'm not showing anything, and we're pretty busy for me not to be able to see you on
Okay, and remember the running landing?
Understood, 1 Quebec, 4 stop.
300 feet, 60 knots on final, and then you pretty soon start to descend, right?
32 Sierra, pad 3, Caroline.
Pad 3 clear to left, helicopter straight to Sierra.
And we do a little shallower approach and you aim for the grass spots in front of the sides. And very important, you have to keep the ETL speed. Nice, good job starting the descent.
Bravo, Long Beach Tower, stand by, stay direction. Number 444 Echo Bravo, Long Beach Tower, stand by, stay direction, departure.
Standing by and a northwest departure, 444 Echo Bravo.
Number 444 Echo Bravo, that's stand by.
Long Beach Tower system, 4786, pop over Clean Mary, about 26 right, Zulu.
4786, pop Long Beach Tower. Midfield at about 2,000, make right traffic, running 26 right.
Midfield at about 2,000, right traffic, 26 right.
And then you can always look on your spot. The grass area, don't drop the nose.
All at Queen Mary.
Make sure you keep getting down, shallow approach. On final.
That's the 3057 Whiskey, Long Beach Tower, cross midfield at about 2,000, make right traffic, running 26 right.
About 2,000, right traffic, 26 right, you want to be your right.
A little left, so let's go in the middle.
Hey, 504.
Right, 53, turn left, kilo 2, kind of go.
Don't get too low, you can extend a little bit.
Okay, 5-3.
One more Quebec. You're following traffic heading to your right on a 2.5 mile right base, runway 26 right, clear 2 line.
A little more left.
Got the traffic following sight 1.
That's a good...
And that's a 57 Whiskey, you're following traffic over the shoreline 2,200. If you can, reduce your speed.
We'll slow it up, 520.
Good pedal. And all the way down. Nice, yeah. You could have applied a little more left pedal, and when you came close to the ground, it would have been nice to raise the collective a little, because this time we touched down, just we kept descending until we touched the ground. But in the end, if you raise the collective a little, because we are still very low on power, so if you raise just a little, you will still be way below 20, and then do that float a little, because now we set down like this. So if you keep that, so you raise the collective, and then to go down you play forward cyclic, then that's gonna make it a little smoother.
Okay.
With that one you would still pass the jacket, it was still okay, but that would be a little nicer. So I would say we go back to Maverick, and if we are lucky, we can use taxiway Foxtrot and do another landing there.
Okay. So
you can just normally do the pickup and then request landing at Maverick.
Okay.
Then I will check if we have space there.
31 Bravo, turn left, kilo 2, contact ground. Correct, number 914, turn left, kilo 2, contact ground.
2914, contact ground.
We just take them outside, don't like it. Roger, follow that traffic, 57 Whiskey. On the high wing, flight to Whiskey.
Good.
One, so let's say it's taxi 2030.
Yeah, that should be enough time.
Tower helicopter 320 at pad 3, request landing at Maverick.
So I got 320 Long Beach Tower, pad 3, clear for takeoff.
Pad 3, clear to take off, helicopter 320.
Number 31 Bravo, turn left, Kilo 2, contact ground.
Kilo 2, contact ground, 31 Bravo.
Number 86 Papa, descent approved, extend downwind.
Descent approved and extend downwind, 86 Papa.
7 Whiskey, descent approved, extend downwind.
Extend downwind, flight to Whiskey.
A little more airspeed on takeoffs. You always want to go to 60 knots altitude, right?
444 Echo Bravo, runway 26, right, line up and wait.
44 Echo Bravo, line up and wait, 26 right.
Okay, I can do the next call, because I think there is enough space. For now there is one guy taxiing. I think it should work.
So I got 320 line map, BS on risk.
Request landing on taxiway Foxtrot of Maverick, helicopter 320.
So I got the 32 Sierra, taxiway Foxtrot, Bay Maverick, clear to line.
Taxiway Foxtrot of Maverick, clear to land, helicopter 320. So you see this is Foxtrot 5, this is Foxtrot 4. So we're gonna aim for the middle, okay?
Okay.
So this is gonna be our landing spot. So you can do the normal approach procedure. Just we're gonna fly over the taxiway this time.
Or 229 Whiskey Charlie, Long Beach, Tower right, base over 605, runway 26 right. Base over the 605 for 26 right, 229 Whiskey Charlie. Number 4 Echo Bravo, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
4 Echo Bravo, 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Long Beach Tower, Cessna 8573 Golf at 26 right. Left turn at the river.
Number 8573 Golf, Long Beach Tower, stand by.
Left right clear, 60 knots. Then you can do a shallow approach between Foxtrot 4 and 5, and you can fly all the way over the taxiway over the yellow line. Nice.
So we land between the...
Number 86 Papa, turn base, runway 26 right,
Yes.
clear 2 line.
Get a little faster, keep the airspeed a little bit longer. And then we do a running landing. You want to try to stay over the yellow line. This time try to raise the collective a little bit before you touch down.
Indicated they're going to be staying
a little more to the front.
For
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Extend past
Then
605, I'll call you face.
the final set down is going to be the cycling. So now raise collective. And left pedal. And now forward cycling. Forward, forward.
Number 4631 Bravo, short 26 right.
And left pedal, left cycling. Don't drift to the right. Left cycling.
Along the top semi.
Nice, okay, I have controls. I have controls. So we cannot stay here for a long time. Nice, that was better. The airspeed was really good this time. We still would need a little bit more forward cycling to have the skids a little more straight. But other than that, really good. And once you are on the ground, the maneuver is not over. Because now we were on the ground and then we drifted to the right, right? So make sure you apply then left cycling. You still have a lot of control on the ground. Yeah, you have controls.
Clear to land, number 2.
control.
You have controls. But the airspeed was really nice, and also the float over the ground was good. We just needed a little more forward cycling. It's a good running landing.
34 Echo Bravo.
Left side cruise.
Frequency change 34 Echo Bravo, yep.
Nice. And make sure on the set when you kind of applied right cycling suddenly, so keep the left pressure for translating tendency.
57 Whiskey, slowest practical please, traffic on a 3-mile final, runway 30, Boeing 737. Pick up the CG,
nice.
runway 26 right.
A lot of stuff in this flight, right? A lot of inputs. So a few new things, new maneuvers, then remaining east of 30, landing on Foxtrot.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think you've seen almost everything. Just we're gonna do also those simulated engine failures next time, which is actually just an auto rotation. Just that I call it when it enters, you don't call it yourself. Other than that, it's pretty much like you're gonna do it on the check ride. So that's why I like these green lines. Also, if you connect your iPad to the internet and zoom in, then it's gonna be a little more detailed here.
Right.
So you can just follow that line to find the down the back rides. Then somewhere here are gonna be your checkpoints to break the field.
Okay.
And then on the way there you're probably gonna do something like vortex swing state, lower PEM recovery. Maybe you also do it on the way back, diversion, then one landing, and then back to Long Beach. Or maybe the diversion is to Compton, and then you would have to do maybe some maneuvers in Compton.
Over to 26 left. Runway was charged by runway heading.
Runway heading, now.
So we don't actually go to the rocket field?
No. No. That's just, yeah, so you plan, and you pretend like you go there, but then you get a diversion, so it tells you, hey, now you have to go somewhere else. And maybe you really have to fly to your diversion, especially maybe if it's Compton, it might just tell you divert to Compton, then you fly to Compton. And then you have to think about listening to the AWAS. Okay, then you can see, maybe you really tune it in, and then you see, oh, it's not working. Then CTEF, tell them inbound for runway 25 right. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, wheels are already coming.
Throttle close. Clutch disengage. How many flights do I left?
Let's finish real quick.
Right.
How many flights? Yeah, you would have. So you have enough hours left.
Yes.
I would say at least 3 more. If you want, we can see how you feel then. If you feel confident or how you perform, then maybe we can do more. But at least 3. At least 2 more like today and 1 in the pattern.